Hi everyone, my name's Melissa Ellis with the JCC. Today we're going to do a lower body strength workout. You're going to need a pair of moderate to heavy dumbbells, plus maybe 1 or 2 extra weights to do some of the other exercises. We're going to get started with a quick warm-up first. We're going to get started with our warm-up, so let's go ahead and come into a wide stance and do some body weight squats. We're going to aim for 10 reps for each warm-up exercise. So sit those hips back and down, make sure we're bracing our core and keeping our chest lifted. And throughout today's workout, make sure you're not holding your breath. Every time you exhale, think about emphasizing your core brace. We've got about 5 more. As you move today, we want to move with good quality. Make sure we're aiming for good quality range, and we are stabilizing throughout the body. Give me 2 more. Next up, we're going to work on some hip circles. So find your balance. If you need to stand next to a wall for balance, go ahead and grab it now. We're going to lift the knee and circle back 5 times. Make sure we're not locking the knee of the standing leg. That's going to help you balance better. Also drive down out of the big toe, pinky toe, and heel throughout any kind of stabilization movement today. Let's take that leg forward now. Just looking to wake up our hip flexors before we start our exercise. 2 more. Breathing throughout. All right, let's do the same thing on the other side. Stabilize through the other leg. Lift that knee to about hip height. Nice big circles. Feeling the range of motion in the hip. 1 or 2 more. And then reverse direction. So about 5 on each side in each direction. There we go. Nice work. 1 or 2 more. Here we go. All right, next we're going to wake up our hamstrings. So the hamstring walk. So we're just going to step one leg over. We're going to hinge at the hip, not locking the knee, reaching for the toes, and then just alternate the leg on top. Aiming for about 4 to 5 of each of these. Make sure as you're hinging, we're not rounding that back. Focus on that crease of the hip, getting length down the hamstring, not locking out through the knee. Breathing as you move. Feel those hamstrings starting to wake up. 1 or 2 more. Here we go. And then let's pick things up a little bit. We're going to go into a lunge. So with a stepping back lunge, we want a nice long step back, drop into your lunge, and then switch legs. Long step, moving straight down and straight up. We want 5 on each side, checking that the front knee is not caving in. Press that knee out to the second or third toe. For these last couple reps, let's add a little rotation if you want it. Rotating over the front thigh. This is going to start waking up the core a little bit more, getting us ready to lift those weights. 1 more. And for the last warm-up exercise, come on down to your mat. We're going to do some glute bridges. Heels close to the butt, brace the core. Think close lift and wrap from the pelvic floor up. We're going to lift to our bridge, reach for the corner of the room, and then switch sides. Aim for 5 on each side. We want to really drive down through the heel, the big toe, and the pinky toe, getting the whole foot involved to wake up the hamstrings and the glutes. Breathing through it, nice and stable, bracing the core, a little glute squeeze at the top. Okay. 1 more on each side. Last one. Okay, take a second, catch your breath. We're going to get into the workout now. For today's 2 circuits, we are going to do 2 exercises per block. So we have block 1, any kind of squatting motion. Think about pushing through the legs. We need a couple weights. We need a set of dumbbells, moderate to heavy for our farmer's carry lunges. We also need 1 heavy weight, maybe the same weight or a little heavier, for a goblet squat. That's what we're going to start with. So squatting is all about pushing the ground away from you, sitting the hips back and down. Same thing with a lunge. So as you move through this one today, it's going to be really important we stabilize, especially since we're lifting heavy. So those exhale breaths are going to emphasize your core brace. Think about drawing up and around, not just pulling the belly in. For that first block, have the weights ready. We're starting with our goblet squat. After that, we're going to work on hinging. We've got deadlifts and single leg deadlifts. Let's start with those goblet squats. 8 to 12 reps of each. We have 2 sets of exercises. So let's jump into it. You want to select a weight that is going to fatigue you around 8 to 12 reps. Now, if you go through the first set and you get to 12 reps and you're like, oh, I could have probably done more, go heavier the next time we do it. If you don't have weights available to go heavier, focus on quality of movement and really good range. For the goblet squat, we're going to hold the top of the dumbbell, keep it close to the body. Let's get started. Feet outside hip width apart, chest lifted, abs braced. Let's go for 8 to 12 squats. I'm going to go for 10 today. Here we go. 1. So the tempo is 1 and 3. Come down slow, push up quick, or 3 and 1. 3. Now check that the knees are pressing out to the second and third toe. 4. Stabilizing through the core. 5. Driving the ground away. 6. Aiming for 90 degrees or just past at the knees and hips. 3 more. Use that exhale breath. We want to find our glutes at the bottom. And 10. Nice work. Set that down. Take 10 or 20 seconds. We're going to go right into the next exercise. We have lunges. Farmers carry lunges. So 2 heavy weights, shoulders come up, back, and down. Take a nice long step back so that when you come into your lunge, you're around 90 degrees at the knees and hips. Here we go, 2-2 pacing, or you can stick with the 3 and 1. Here we go. Down and up. Moving straight down, straight up, driving out of that front heel. There's 2. 3. Checking that the knee is not caving in. There's 4. Press that knee out to get more glute. How's your range? Where are you feeling this? There's 5. If you're feeling more dominance in your quad, there's 6. Scoop that tailbone under a bit more. 2 more. And make sure your shoulders aren't rounding forward. Last one. Shake that leg out. Let's go right into the other leg. Long step back, feet hip width apart. Let's go. 1. Nice control. 2. Breathing through it. 3. Not holding our breath. Feel the stabilization right there. 5 more. 7. 8. Drive the floor away. 9. And 10. Take a second, set those down. Take about 45 seconds. And then we'll go into the next block, which is hinging. So for this one, we're going to keep that 3 and 1 tempo. We've got a deadlift with 2 dumbbells. And then we have a single leg deadlift. Now, if balance and stability is too difficult for you, you're going to kickstand back and focus on hinging on that single leg with the kickstand. We want to make sure we're not opening the hip, so zip your core brace on and keep those shoulder blades and lats engaged to keep your spine neutral. All right, give yourself another 5 seconds and let's do it. Pick up your weights. Still aiming for 10 reps on each side. So feet directly under the hips, shoulders up, back and down. Here we go. 3 and 1, driving the hips forward. There's 2. Control on the way down. 3. Notice my hinge at the hip. 4. Glutes and hamstrings getting involved. 5. 6. 7. 8. Nice work. 2 more. 10. All right, we're going right into our single leg deadlift. So reset the shoulders. Shift your weight into one leg. Here we go. 1. Balance and stability. 2. Come from the big toe, pinky toe, heel, and a soft knee. 3. Can you feel that glute more on these single legs? 4. Breathe through it. 5. Nice work. You got this. 6. Remember your option is to kickstand back. 7. Take whatever options you need. 8. You don't even need dumbbells to feel your glute in this one. So if you need to set them down at any point, please do. Last one. Let's switch legs. Reset. Here we go. 1, there's always one side harder than the other, right? 2, push through that foot. Feel it working up the whole chain of the back leg. 3, 4, nice work. How's that core brace? Are we breathing? 5, take the option if you need it. 6, it's all about the hips pushing forward. 7, 8, 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Take your rest to recovery. We're going to repeat the first block again, our squatting motions. So take 45 seconds to recover. Feel the heart rate come down. Feel your breath come down. The biggest thing about working that lower body in a hinge is driving down from the whole foot up through the back of the leg. So if you noticed a lot of wobble and stability there, next round, perhaps go lower or lighter in your weight so you can focus more on stabilizing and quality movement. Core bracing is key. Take a snapshot of how those 2 rounds felt. Make any adjustments you need to your weight. We're going to go in about 10 seconds. Goblet squat is up next. Get ready to move. Here we go. Feet wider than hip width. Let's go. 10 reps, 8 to 12, you choose. Here we go. 1, 2, driving down through the floor. 3, big pushing power from the legs. Nice work. 5, do you feel that? 8, nice work. How's your range? Keep that range. Keep that chest lifted. 1 more. There we go. Awesome job. Set that down. Going right into our farmer's carry lunges. Reset those shoulders. Take 1 leg back to start. Long step. Ready to move in 3, 2. Here we go. 1, 2. Keep it going. 3. Now if this feels wobbly, 4. Make sure the back leg is not crossing the front line. We want hips like on a set of train tracks. 7. Counting and talking don't mix always. 8. Nice work. 9. Really driving into that front leg. Last one. 10. Awesome job. Give it a little shake. Let's switch legs. Make sure as you fatigue, we're not dumping forward. Keep the whole body active. Stack your ribs over your hips. Here we go. 1. Nice work. 2. 3. Yes. Come on, team. 5 more. Not only building leg strength, we're building that grip strength too right now. I know your hands are getting tired. You got this. Just a couple more. 8. 9. Last one. And 10. Awesome work. Set those down. Take 45 seconds. We got 1 more block to knock out. Let the heart rate come down, breath come down. Working hard, recovering harder. So coming up next, our deadlifts. We want to work on good posture, good stability through the core, driving down through the legs. With our single leg deadlift, did you notice your hip opening last time? Focus on that this round. Make your adjustments. Get ready to move. About 20 more seconds. All right, pick it up when you're ready. 10 reps of each. Reset the shoulders. Feet just under hips, soft knee, foot connected to the floor. Here we go. 3 by 1. There's 1. Keep that tension between the shoulder blades. Is the core working for you? 3. Awesome job, team. 4. It should be making you breathe pretty heavy by now. 6. Control, control, control. Power. There it is. 8. 2 more. Come on. You got this. Last one. All right. Let's go into that single leg deadlift. Catch your breath. Stabilize. Remember, soft knee here. We're not locking the knee. Stability will be more difficult. Here we go. 1. 2. What I love about a single leg deadlift, you tap into that glute power even more. 4. 5. Nice work. 6. Stabilize, come on. Drive down through that big toe. 7. I know your hands are getting tired. You got this. 8. 9. And 10. Whew. Make any adjustments. Let's finish strong. If you need to set them down at any point, go for it. Here we go. 1. 2. Good control. 3. Try not to wobble. We got this. If you need that kickstand, take it. 4. 5. Ooh, 5 more. 6. 7. 8. Ooh, come on, come on. 9. I'm losing it. We got this. We're in it together, right? Last one. 10. Awesome work. Ooh, my left hand was getting fatigued there. How did that feel for you? Shake it out. Let's take our elbows to our thighs. Give that low back a stretch. And then come into a forward fold. Let the heart rate and the breathing drop. Soften everything. Slowly roll up. A little twist. Nice job. Thanks so much for joining me. Take a second to cool down, get some water, and we'll see you next time. Bye.